Maxie, I've been thinking, should we do season 3 on the Dr. Joe show? You sure? You sure it's a good idea? What's up and welcome. Well, I'm trying something a little new here. And, well, not the cigar. You've seen this before. This is a Tatuaje Black, 2014, 13-14 release. And I'm trying something a little new. Right now I'm out of long matches, as you know. This is my other choice, a Zycar Flame, windproof flame lighter. And anyway, I'm using a different method to light my cigar. Instead of cutting the cap and doing my normal routine, I'm toasting the foot with the cap still on. And there's a whole principle behind this, and maybe one day in one episode we'll get into it, but I'm just fucking around a little. Because today we're not really here to smoke a Tatuaje Black. I'll be smoking a Tatuaje Black, but that's not why we're here. We're here for another reason. We're here to analyze a box of Cohiba and determine for ourselves if indeed it is fake or fine. Which is it? Well, I don't know. Some of you at home probably know already. Others don't. That's no problem. Man, that's a fucking good cigar, man. Tatuaje Black. If you haven't got any of these or tried any of these, I'm telling you again, get some from your friends. Find somebody who does have them. They're really good. But anyway, on to our episode. So today, for the first time in a long time, we are doing a fake or fine. But it has nothing to do with any particular vendor. We didn't order anything from anybody. In fact, what I did was, through my many emails and conversations with so many individuals from all over the place, I've come across many who believe they may have gotten fake cigars. Many times they haven't. Many times they simply send me some pictures and show me a few different things. You know, it gets to the point where I look at them and say, look, I always say, without the cigar itself in front of me, in my mouth, and lit, I can never tell you 100%. But I can put everything together from what you show me through pictures as far as the box and the bands and the cigars and how they look and where they came from and all that together and tell you most likely if they're real or not. Every once in a while I come across something where it is blatantly fake, and then sometimes we come across things that are up in the air, maybe not, needs a little bit of further investigation. So anyway, long story short, sometimes I have people send me boxes that I know are fucking bogus, and they know are bogus because, of course, I don't want anybody giving me a box of real cigars for free. And, you know, for the good of the show, I ask them, I say, well, look, we came to the conclusion that your cigars are really fucking fake. Absolutely fake. If you trust me, that what I'm telling you is true, that they're fucking bogus cigars, and you don't want them anymore, I'd be happy to take them off your hands because I'd love to do an episode for the show. And some people are gracious enough to part with these cigars. Others, believe it or not, say, well, they're still good and I still like to smoke them, so I'm not going to do that. No problem. Thank you for not helping. But to the people who have sent them to me, you're the best, because sometimes it's hard to find fake cigars when you're actually fucking looking for them. We said this in our last episode with the Anejo, but actually, you know, I can always order shit from big smokers online, but then I don't even know if I'm actually going to get the box and everything I need to show people. Besides, it's much more interesting when I know what I have in front of me. So, today, we are determining whether a box of 25 Cohiba Piramides is indeed fake or fine. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, we got to stop recording. So, Tatuaje still in hand. We begin to examine our box, but actually I'm going to put her down for a minute. Let's see what we have here. We look at the outside. Looks like a well-crafted, quality box. Cohiba, burnt in, lacquered. Very nice. La Habana, Cuba. Okay, we look at the other side. 25 pyramids. If I didn't know any better, I'd say I'm looking at a box of 25, let's say, limited edition 2001 pyramids, except there is no limited edition 2001 sticker. Now, I say that, limited edition 2001 pyramids, for a specific reason, but that's something we'll get to later. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do know, please don't scream out so loud that I know the answer, that the people who don't know can hear you, because I want to show you how to break this down and how it can be rather interesting. There is something that I'll come to later and show you that everything can be skipped. If you know this one piece of knowledge, everything we're about to do now doesn't matter, because there's only one thing you need to know, and that is something I will get to. But for now, let's look at our box. There we go. We got a much better view of our box now. So the first thing you notice is that there is a health advisory sticker here, but it is covered by the Habanos SA seal, which is kind of odd, makes you think a bit. Then we'll look at the government seal. Okay, fair enough, government seal that, you know, started in 1999 and then later on got overlapped with the newer seal and then faded away. You know, the one with the red serial numbers, we got that right there. And we'll gently, because we don't know if they're real or not yet, turn the box over and see what we got here. Okay, various stamps, you know, an address for where these actually came from. Let's see, imported out of Prima Free Trade Cancun, SA. Someplace in Cancun, which is really no surprise. Okay, and okay, you know, you have your, I believe that's a tax stamp or, you know, some kind of custom stamp or whatever it is. These kind of things aren't always a bad sign. They really depend on where the box came from, the distributor, what borders they crossed, what customs or duties were paid, etc., etc., etc. They can appear on various boxes depending. The big thing we notice is this. Now that, what is that? Well, that is the old style factory date, factory code, excuse me, and date letter sequence. It's a code. It's basically referred to as Codigunta. The most important thing we see on the bottom of this box, let me zoom in for you, is that code right there. Starting in 1985, there were various code systems implemented on Cuban cigar boxes in an attempt to start tracking quality control and better controlling the distribution of Cuban cigars. There are three kinds. One kind that lasted for many years, from starting in 1985 all the way up to 1998. Then that actually, let me slow down. That was known as nivel accuso. You can look that up online. Basically, these codes are all a sequence of letters. Each one of these letters stands for a number, and that number will let you know when this box was made. Factory code is a little bit different. People figured out what the factory codes were in the beginning from 1985, to 1998. They were fairly obvious. Then there was a transitional system after nivel accuso known as codigunta. Now, that system is what we see here. The factory codes were much less obvious, but again, people managed to figure them out over the years. And then after 1999, starting in 2000, they went over to the newer system that we know now. The three-letter factory code, followed by the three-letter month and two-number year. So, for instance, let's say FPG APR 09. Okay, so there's a code right there. But this code here is from the transitional period codigunta, and it says EOG CCUA. EOG is the factory code. We're not really concerned with that so much right now. If we needed to, we could look into it, but I'm not. What we're looking at here is CCUA. Well, what does that mean? Like I said, codigunta. Why do they call it codigunta? Well, it's just a way of remembering it's a key, basically. Okay, I have a better idea. I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about for you folks who don't know. Remember I just said 1985, right? 1985 all the way up to 1998. Nivel accuso. Right? Any code you see from 1985 to 1998 will be made up of these letters. And each of these letters stands for a number. There you go. So you can break down any code you see on a box, on the bottom of a box, from 85 to 98 using that system. N1, I2, V3, E4. Get it? Good. Then you have the transitional system, which was used in 1999 and appears on some boxes from 2000-ish. But 2000 is considered the date when they transferred over. And that system is codigunta. And that system basically goes 9, 8, 7, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So you have each letter, again, standing for a number, but laid out differently. They didn't tell anybody this. This was actually figured out by us. People like us buying Cuban cigars at the time. No, I didn't personally figure it out. If I could have done that, I should have been like, an MIT professor or something. But anyway, codigunta. So what do we have then? CCUA. You have 9. That's the date, 1999. UA, 04. April of 1999. That's when this box was made. So now we start saying to ourselves, okay, we have a stamp on a box that looks real. Definitely know that this box is from April of 1999. So